everyone receives is a reflection of us.
I was thinking about something just now, about stepping into your power, claiming what's yours, and seeing things for the future, seeing things differently. We all talk about how you have to live a wealthy lifestyle to be wealthy, to attract the wealthy, or to attract the wealth. And I was thinking about it in terms of changing my thought from what it was to this. But not in a luxurious lifestyle way, but in mental clarity. For you see, the struggle and the hardship that I've gone through, when people talk about life lessons, this is how you characterize it. The standard of living, the lifestyle, the last few years that I've had to go through where you lose money, you're selling all your places, and you're literally trying to survive. You're in that survival mode. Because you're living the moment. When they talk about stepping outside of it and observing what it is, we need to remove ourselves from that survival mode, that mental thinking of, I have to get through each day, I have to survive, how am I going to have the money? All the things I could do, all the positive things when you're in that, because that's how you're seeing it. So when you observe that by itself, and from what I understood today, it's about knowing the fact that because we go through these hardships, it makes us understand what to do when it comes down to discipline. And not in a way of negativity, but in a way that it becomes routine. It becomes structured routine. But it's not in a way of dominance or aggression or anything like that. But when I observe that situation, what that means is I have had to go through this process to understand it. I've had to go through this process to make me that stronger individual. Because when the moments come where I don't have to worry about finances, I need to have that passion and that drive. I need to understand that throughout this entire thing, I've kept that focus. I've kept that positivity, the passion and the drive to succeed through the whole thing. And it's never losing that. But when we remove ourselves from the thought of survival mode, and we remove from it basically the lesson that we've just learned, that is the understanding of taking us from the hardship and putting us into the minds of the wealthy. Because we understand what is important. But again, the crossroads come for the 2 points. Does one then go and become a luxurious lifestyle and live that high life, but forget that passion and that drive because one seeks reward? And that's okay. But because we've now observed it, we've been through it, the hardships, the reward pays off, we have that weight lifted off. But we remind ourselves that the passion and the drive and the discipline to succeed in our mission, in what we choose to do to help the world and ourselves, when those moments come, we know exactly what we have to do. So we do it. I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I'll do it. And I'll never falter. I might enjoy things for my inner child or for myself because it makes me feel happy to be able to do it. But that thought alone, based upon the action that I'm going to be able to do, is the healing I need for it itself. So you see, when those moments come, I won't need to splurge or spend on my inner child for happiness because I want to chase something. But knowing that I can, believing that I can, and being able to do it is the healing factor for my inner child. So we move ourselves away from the victim mentality, away from the thought of struggle, into one of the energy of positivity. Those moments where we're already there. So let's see it. And we are wiser because we remember what we've just gone through. So many times people forget because they now are in the moment and they move forward, but they don't use the life lessons. They don't treat it with respect. They honor yourself. You lose yourself. So I like to see it as I have work I need to do. I have things I need to work on. It doesn't make me any less of a human or have that drive or that passion for the right things. No one falls behind. There is no special time. We get there together. Everything has its balance. It's the same. It's positive to negative. Everything has balance. So we grow and we evolve at the natural pace. Not one dictated by a stream, not one dictated by a spiritual channel or channeling, but by the way it happens. We can choose to help others by the things that we learn and that come across. We have our groups and communities that do that. But there are a bunch of people who don't go to these communities, who don't have the time or are afraid a little bit of larger crowds. There are people that just sit there and do that. Sometimes because they don't have a TV or social media, so they don't know when all these events, they focus on themselves. And this is just as important as anything else. These are the people that do a lot of the hard work. Some people attract certain spirits that get cleansed. Some people are able to create light and heal the areas they walk around or change a person's day in their local environment. And they do a lot of inner work, but no one's around them. These are the people that shine light. These are the ones that need those places to go. And we are those people, here to help the world. And there'll always be those moments where it's harder to see how you're going to achieve it because you want it so bad. And there's so many journeys we take and it takes forever. It's true, but we evolve at the same time, and we all take those steps together. Everything can be seen as a lesson, but don't force yourself to try to come to conclusions on what it is too fast. We do live day by day, and then we get those aha moments that come through that we must talk about. Or we think, and then we release that and we evolve, we get stronger. that's the beauty of it. It's the wonderful way of imagination and imagining yourself in those moments. This is what building character is. Building the strength of the individual, which isn't measured by how big your muscles are or how slim your body is. It's judged by the love that you share for others, the care you share for Mother Nature and all beings on it, and how you see a new world. We all have areas to improve, and we all have areas that we are good at. We all have those moments that we see things and they're hard. But everything has its conclusions. When we see the lesson and the signs come to us, we take that next step. But thinking about the next step and the evolution as your school of training, as your school of enlightenment, well, now that's an aha moment. Every step that you thought was difficult, every process that was hard that we lived through, has all been a spiritual education of testing, answers, growth, evolution, finding the reasons, the solutions, going through life. Makes more sense. And then you go to the next level, you graduate. This is why in today's world it's all about leveling up. Level up. But it's when you understand it that makes a big difference. And with that, peace and love. Take care.